I have a recipe that I want to make today. I've been reading up information about how to make it wonderful and perfect, and I hope that that will help me. I've made it many times, many times. Most of the time it turned out perfect, but one time it turned out kind of gritty, and I was trying to find out why that happened, and apparently I overbeat the eggs that time. So now I want to make sure I don't overbeat the batter after I add the eggs. But the eggs have to be added one at a time, so, okay. It says exactly, beat mixture until it is light enough to float when a little is dropped in water. So there's my test to see if I beat it enough or not. Anyway, and also over baking it can also make it gritty. Hey, what was that thing doing in my book? There's another recipe here that I want to try sometime. I have not ever tried that recipe, but it looks kind of good. Wow. It's chocolate too. And it has chocolate and cinnamon. It has cocoa, cinnamon, cloves, chopped nuts, and mashed potatoes in it. That's why I want to make it, because of the mashed potatoes. And I think I might leave the nuts out because my husband has trouble eating nuts because of his teeth. So I'll put the other ingredients in, but I'll leave that out. Yeah, I think that would be good to have that on my to-do list. But for today, it's going to be the old time pound cake. And the recipe is, I can't give you a good picture of the recipe, because it's, the ingredients are here and the instructions are here. So I guess I'll have to put it on two separate pictures. Okay, I'm going to put the butter in. The butter has already been out of the fridge for an hour. It's not real soft yet. So I'm just gonna drop it in the bowl and wait a little longer so I can beat it very creamy. My husband likes this cake. I've made it before. Okay, I wanted to show you how I make the sauce for my creamed spinach. This is 2 tablespoons of half and half, and 1 tablespoon of white Velveeta. Now, I just want to wilt it, and then it'll be over. I'm going to put the lid on so it can steam. Use a little bit of black pepper. I don't have to add salt because that little bit of white Velveeta Queso Blanco, it's not Velveeta brand, it's Clancy's from Aldi, but it works just like Velveeta. It has enough salt to salt the whole amount of spinach. Now, I'm going to keep the spinach spread out so that the water from the spinach will mix in with the sauce. Now I think it'll finish up cooking if I just cover it and keep it warm. Not quite ready to eat it. So that's butter, like maybe a tablespoon of butter and a teaspoon of corn oil so the butter doesn't burn as fast. I have the marinated piece of salmon. I want to cook it really well. I marinated it in garlic, lemon zest, lemon juice, and a teaspoon of gochujang. Gochujang has carbs, but a serving is 2 tablespoons, and in a serving size there's 20 or 21 carbs. So I just used a teaspoon because it's spicy enough for my purposes. I don't need to have 2 tablespoons. I just used a teaspoon just so I can reduce the carbs, and also it's already seasoned enough. I don't have to add the extra, that much extra of the gochujang. Gochujang. I might say it wrong. Okay. I'm heating the oven here for the cake I'm trying to bake for my family. I have no interest in eating that cake myself. At least that's what I tell myself. But I haven't cooked the cake in a while, and buying those cake savers inspired me, because I have a Tupperware cake saver now and a glass one that I bought from Goodwill and Salvation Army. Day before yesterday. So I'm going to let it cook here until it's ready to flip. It'll be ready to flip pretty soon. All right, time to flip. There. Nice and hard on that side. I turned it down a little. It looked like the butter was starting to burn. There it is, all done. Nice and caramelized on both sides. Okay, I'm going to plate it. Yesterday I ate it for the first time, and I could tell that I don't need to add any salt to the spinach because it already has enough salt from the Velveeta. And I could tell that I needed to marinate my salmon. Yesterday I just sprinkled some seasoning on it and it didn't work. I ate it, but had no flavor. Now, I'm going to sift the dry ingredients for my cake. That is the unbleached all-purpose flour from King Arthur. And I put the baking powder and the salt in there, and I'm going to sift it now. All right, sift. I have to sift it a lot because it's not cake flour. I'm probably going to sift it 2 or 3 times. Next time I make it, I want to have cake flour on hand. Okay, that went through. Now, start it over. This is the 3rd round of sifting. Okay, I'm going to see if I can cream this butter. Okay, the butter's a little creamy. I'm going to let it rest and then I'm going to beat it again. All right, it has rested a little. Now, we're going to put the sugar in a little at a time, and I'm using organic cane sugar. And imagine the grandmothers used to do it with a handheld beater. Oh, they must have gotten so tired from this, or maybe they were just really strong. All right. tired just with that. I'm so rotten and spoiled. Now we add the eggs one at a time. The eggs have to be room temperature, so I put them in lukewarm water to help them come to room temperature. And of course the butter had to be, the reason why I had let the butter sit a little was also to help it get a little warmer before I add the sugar, and softer and easier to beat. Oop. I saw a little bit of egg there. I wouldn't want somebody to get a crunchy bite. Oh, come on. Maybe a spoon. That would be disappointing. I got it. Well. Okay, I'm not going to beat it madly because they say don't overbeat the eggs. Now, I'm going to add the vanilla before I add the dry stuff. So I'm going to go get the vanilla. Okay. I smell vanilla. That's a half tablespoon of vanilla. I want to make sure it can be tasted. Vanilla is such a good taste. I'm putting a whole tablespoon, probably. or 2 teaspoons, not quite a whole tablespoon. One little quick whip. Okay. All right, a little at a time of the flour and dry stuff. Yes, I find that working the mixer at the same time that it mixes helps mix it faster. There it is, ready for the pan. There's the pan, all ready. I dusted it and I greased it. I greased it with butter and dusted it with flour. Bismillah. I don't know if it's gonna turn out okay. I haven't done it for years. I hope it turns out okay. It's supposed to be in the oven for 1 hour. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm in a cooking competition because I haven't done this for so long. It goes in the oven for 1 hour. That cake looks amazing, just like I remember. I'm going to put it upside down on the cake saver. It fell right out. There it is. It fell right out. Wow. It's all done and dusted.